Judge at ringside, C.J. Ross scores the bout 114-114, even a draw. Overruled by judges Dave Moretti.
Butch, you're done. Floyd Mayweather brutally mocks Gervonta Davis's court drama. If you thought the controversy surrounding Gervonta "Tank" Davis and Lamont Roach's fight was over, think again. Tank Davis has once again found himself in trouble. His recent draw against the Washington athlete is now under review by the Boxing Commission. But this isn't just a routine post-fight investigation. This time, it has taken him straight to court. Yes, you heard that right.
Turn around. For battery. Turn around. Violence. Put your hands behind your back. Hey, the little one inside.
You don't gotta ask me about it.
Well, we need to make sure she's with somebody.
She's okay. She's with somebody.
Okay, listen, I get you that you're upset, but we can't just say. What's your first name? What's your first name? We can't just say that she's just with somebody. We have a duty to make sure that she's with the right people. Okay, so where's the mother of that child? What's his first name?
Gervonta. Listen real quick. It's either that.
Let's just say things didn't go the way Tank wanted, and he completely lost it in court. And of course, Floyd Mayweather didn't waste a second before mocking him. Tank's latest controversy with Steve Willis is turning into a serious problem, and it could be the beginning of the end for him. Meanwhile, Floyd is making sure everyone knows exactly how he feels. If you watched the Gervonta Davis versus Lamont Roach fight, you already know that it didn't play out as expected. Every boxing expert, every fan, and every fighter thought Tank would dominate Lamont with ease. Some even called it a warm-up fight for his next big challenge. Let me know if you want any tweaks.
A terrific fighter. He might be a little over his head with Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis is, to say the least, he's a beast. He really is. He's a tremendous fighter. He's a dedicated fighter when it comes to training and fighting and making sure that he's in optimal conditions when he steps inside that squared circle. It's going to be a tough night for Roach, but you can never count him out. You know, watching him fight up close and personal, he's sneaky good, which means he can catch you at any time. He can land combinations, sometimes at will, without you even knowing it. You know, he's that sneaky. So, yeah, it's going to be very interesting. But, obviously, Gervonta Davis has the experience. He has the knowledge. He has that mean streak in him that will take you out with any punch.
I don't know Lamont Roach, but, when you're looking at Shakur Stevenson, when you're looking at, these other fights that he should really be fighting, he don't want to do them fights. He wants to retire.
Yeah.
So don't come and, but don't come and come at me and go, oh yeah, let's give it all, very big bollocks and go, oh yeah, let's give him some stick and then make out like we want the fight. And then we send an offer over and then you fight for 15 million and yet you fight Lamont Roach. Don't do all that. Do you know what I mean?
It was a real offer. That was true then.
It was a real offer. We offered. I said, listen, you keep talking my promoter's going to get back to you in 48 hours. 50 minutes. Initial offer sent over. But was it Unquail didn't let him out to play? His boss didn't let him out. That's it. So he wants to talk about, 50 million. First offer.
There was room to negotiate.
Of course there was. But he's an idiot. I don't even know if he knows what negotiating means.
But when the bell rang, Lamont Roach completely changed the game and shocked everyone.
Why was it so easy when he fought Frank Martin?
Frank Martin was inexperienced and nervous. It is what it is. It's going to be a different fight when I'm in there. He's going to be a different fighter when he's fighting me.
What's the other game plan?
Whoop his ass. I'm always looking for a knockout. No matter what, I'm always prepared for 12 rounds. But I'm always looking for a knockout, and if I get the chance, I'm going to try to knock his head off.
He came in sharp, technical, and completely fearless. From the very first round, it was clear he wasn't backing down. He was picking Tank apart, landing clean counterhooks, and exposing his mistakes. Let's be real, by the later rounds, Tank was in serious trouble. There were moments where he looked completely lost. Lamont controlled the pace, slipped punches, and landed crisp jabs. He was outboxing the so-called best lightweight in the world. And yet, when the final bell rang, Tank somehow walked away with a draw.
Even without the lead, that should have been a knockdown. I thought I should have won a competitive fight. I think I did what I needed to do necessary to bank the rounds. I'm just a little frustrated with the scorecards. I thought I should have.
And that's where the controversy really kicks in. Floyd Mayweather has been breaking this fight down piece by piece, and let's just say he's not cutting Tank any slack. Mayweather is keeping it real with boxing fans. He believes referee Steve Willis was intimidated. He knew he was in the ring with one of the biggest names in boxing, and you could see it on his face. He hesitated to make the tough calls against Tank. But let's be honest, it was clear that Lamont was the better fighter that night and should have walked away with the win. And it's not just Floyd saying this. Oscar de la Hoya backed him up just minutes after the fight ended.
It's my opinion. Sure. It was a great fight. It was a close fight. Depending on what they do with that decision of taking the knee, depending if the commission reverses the decision, or I think the draw was meant to be. So I like the draw. No, if you take the knee, man, if you take the knee in the 90s or in 2000, you're taking a point off. That's the bottom line. You're taking a point off. I don't know what happened with the referee. Maybe he was a little starstruck. Maybe he was a little, because he loves Tank. He loves New York. He loves the big lights. The referee with the eyes, he's like, a point should be deducted if you take a knee. It's a fact. It's in the rule book, right? The fact that they didn't take it away, then that's where the controversy is, right? It's not, look, did Gervonta get hit? Was he dazed? Who knows? Only he knows. But what I saw, when you take a knee, that's an automatic point. That's just the rule. This is not basketball. This is not, this is not basketball where, wait, hold on, my ankle hurts. Hold on, let me take a timeout. You don't take timeouts in boxing. It just doesn't happen. Whether he had something in his eye or not, you have to fight. There's 3 minutes to fight. So if you take a knee, if you go to your corner, the rules are the rules. And I don't know what New York is gonna settle on, but the rules are the rules.
These guys have a point. We've seen refs get caught up in the hype of big-name fighters before, but this was on another level. There were clear moments where Lamont should have gotten the edge, but instead, everything seemed to swing in Tank's favor. The knockdown calls, questionable. The clinches, Steve Willis broke them up way too fast. And the way he kept letting Tank off the hook, blatant. Now, Floyd is making one thing very clear. He's not saying Tank is washed, but he is saying he got bailed out. And coming from the guy who literally built Tank's career, that's a huge statement. If even Floyd is saying Gervonta didn't deserve that draw, how is Tank going to justify this? And to make things worse, Tank has been bouncing between the ring and the courtroom like it's his second home. He's folding under the pressure, straight up spiraling over this whole bribery case. Let's be real, there's no way to clear his name now. The evidence is piling up, the rumors are getting louder, and if this case goes through, Gervonta Davis is done.
You could say Tank won. There's no way.
Do you think that he's diminished in some way, or do you think that just mentally he just wasn't there for the fight?
Well, a little bit of both. His age is catching up to him. Legs aren't there as he used to be. And, he switched his trainer, that's could be another factor.
With Barry Hunter being the head trainer and Coach Calvin being outside.
Yeah, but he snapped at Calvin too, so that's, there was something going on. I really don't know, and I couldn't really speculate on that because I don't know, but I know that something was bothering Tank because Tank is a good fighter and he's out to hurt you, but hey, Mont Roach stood in there, stood his ground, and he did great.
And while this legal mess is already dragging his name through the mud, let's not forget the controversy he just created inside the ring. Yeah, let's talk about the 9th round, because this was the moment that had everyone calling it a robbery. Tank had been getting tagged all night, but by the time round 9 came around, he was completely done. Lamont was pushing forward, letting his hands fly, and then Tank straight up took a knee.
But Davis took off some of the steam of the punch, but still, Roach leaned with that.
He took a knee.
He took a knee. What is he doing?
He forgot his... It's got to be a knock.
What in the world is happening?
He took a knee. He's got to count.
I understand. You take a knee like that, that looks like a knockdown. All right?
And if you know boxing, you know exactly what that means. That's a knockdown. But guess what? Steve Willis waved it off like it was nothing. No count, no warning. He just let it slide like it never even happened.
He didn't get hit with a punch. He didn't turn his back like he wanted to quit. It's just like when you get a thumb in the eye, it's a pop.
He did turn his eye. He did turn his back.
But he didn't turn his back like he was going to quit, like you've seen some guys turn it. He obviously mentioned that he had something in his eye, and it wasn't from a punch. It was time in between the shots. I think that by the time he wanted that, or he took a knee. But I think in the rules it states that you're allowed to do that. If you go back and you read some of the rules, I know a lot of people are complaining about it, but I think it was upheld in New York that it was okay for him to do that. I think part of the rules state that it was okay. As a coach on the other side, I would have.
Yeah. Of course, right? Of course.
I would have thrown a fit.
And this is exactly why Floyd is calling out the whole situation. He's saying Steve Willis was too intimidated by Tank's name to make the right call, and honestly, it's hard to argue with that. Tank is one of the biggest stars in boxing right now, but that doesn't mean he should get special treatment. If Lamont Roach had taken a knee like that, you better believe Willis would have been counting to 10 before Roach even hit the canvas. But it wasn't just the referee's decisions that had people talking. The judges' scorecards raised eyebrows too. If the 9th round knee incident wasn't enough, the punch stats tell an even clearer story. According to CompuBox data, Roach threw a total of 400 punches, landing 112. Davis, on the other hand, was more selective, throwing just 279 and landing 103. This means Roach not only outworked but also outlanded Davis throughout the fight. And in the final round, Roach outlanded Davis 16-9. Yet, despite these numbers, the fight ended in a majority draw. One judge had it 115-113 for Davis, while the other two scored it 114-114.
Joe Rogan rejects the controversial Gervonta Davis vs. Lamont Roach fight. Joe Rogan is interested in a rematch between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach after the fight ended in a draw. Watching the replay of the outstanding title fight last night between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach, I had never seen Lamont fight before, and I'm a big fan now. The fight was a draw, but it was an amazing contest, and I really hope they were.
The crazy part, the New York State Athletic Commission actually admitted they messed up during the Gervonta Davis vs. Lamont Roach fight. Yep, they straight up acknowledged that mistakes were made in one of the most controversial fights of the year. That moment when Tank clearly took a knee, right there in plain sight, but somehow, referee Steve Willis just stood there like he didn't see a thing? That was a knockdown. And now, Nysak is admitting that Willis should have called it.
I haven't watched the fight. We had a show that night. I haven't watched the full fight. One thing that's kind of baffling is that it wasn't a knockdown. I mean, look, he wasn't hurt. There's no doubt about that. But if you take a knee in the fight and you touch down, whilst punches are being thrown, it has to be a knockdown. I've heard some people saying, oh, that, you know, he should be disqualified. He went back to the corner. I don't buy that, to be honest with you. I mean, I think that's a warning. But it's a bit of a bizarre situation. For me, like, there was a lot of people in boxing that were saying that this is a really tough fight. Like, Lamont Roach is a serious fighter. I said it might not be the biggest profile fight, but it's actually quite a tough fight. And Shakur said to me, like, even the day before, I'm telling you, he's going to have big trouble tomorrow night. And I just feel like hopefully this could be the little something that gives Gervonta a little wake-up call to take him back to the mindset.
But wait, it gets even worse. The commission actually claimed they couldn't use instant replay because of technical issues. This is the Barclays Center, not some underground fight club. How do you not have a working replay system for a fight this big? The whole world saw the replay. Fans were posting it within seconds. And yet, somehow, the commission couldn't access it? That's a wild excuse. If they had used replay, they would have caught that knockdown instantly, and Roach would have walked away with the win. Now, Tank is drowning in deep waters. Not only is he getting dragged over his court case, but his boxing license is in serious jeopardy. Yeah, you heard that right. Tank's whole career might be on the line. And it's not looking good. With all the bribery allegations swirling around, the NYSAC is reportedly investigating whether his license should be suspended. If that happens, no fights, no big paydays.
Didn't get what the decision I want, but we didn't get a loss either, so I felt like I won it, you know, the last couple rounds, so it's cool. Lamont is a great fighter. Hopefully I can get that rematch because I know what I can do in a fight, but it's cool.
Tank, how much does it hurt to have the draw on your record now? And do you think it's going to stand as some sort of like renewed motivation for you, like the guys were saying, you know, as you proceed through these next couple fights?
Yeah, it just put, you know, food to the fire and things like that, fuel to the fire, but it's cool. It's cool. The draw is okay. It's all right. You know what I mean? You live and you learn. I definitely could have. That was on me, too. That was on me for sure. Because I ain't pick it up when I supposed to pick it up. And I could have definitely did more. Definitely did more.
And you know Floyd Mayweather is having a field day with this. He's been waiting for a moment like this to completely clown Tank. These two have been at odds ever since Tank left Mayweather Promotions, and Floyd has never let it go.
A lot of people don't know that what Floyd do. He said.
So you feel like it was a sub, like he was subbing you, like
he was going at me. He was going at me, and I knew for sure he was going at me. That's why I went at him. There's no reason for me to go at Floyd.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Cause it's weird. I feel like y'all got, I wouldn't say love hate, but it's been like the last interview you showed them love. This week it was whatever. But is that sometimes like, you know, is it just like big bro, little bro seeing things different, or what is it to you?
No, Floyd don't never. He felt as though I'm at that point where as though I passed him. And I'm doing it at a young age. Wait, like when Floyd was 29, you'll see, bro.
Yeah.
That deal that I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, that's a part of the
deal. He don't know about that yet. But that's bigger than his deal.
Damn. Wow.
And I'm just releasing it.
Exclusive. That's exclusive. Bigger than Floyd deal?
Yeah.
Tank, no cap, nigga. That's a lot of bread.
He's been throwing shade at Tank for years, saying he lacks discipline, he's too reckless, and he's ruining his own career. And now, it's all coming full circle. Floyd is out here acting like a walking, I told you so, machine. He's straight up saying Tank's downfall is his own fault and that the boxing world needs to stop protecting him. And let's be real, this isn't just Floyd being petty. He's actually making some valid points. If Tank really tried to bribe his way out of trouble, there's no coming back from that. Not in boxing, and definitely not in the court of public opinion.
Why, after so much time, he helped you come into the game, he gave you the spotlight, like why would he try to diminish your career?
Because at that time, I don't want to go too deep into it. It was somehow that they were saying I was messing with his daughter, or the fact that she kept Snapchat. Okay. Kept hitting me with Snapchat. So they sent it to Floyd.
Okay.
So, what happens next? Will the NYSAC actually strip Tank of his license? Will he get banned from the sport? Or will he somehow fight through the controversy and make a comeback? I guess we'll have to wait and see. Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a breakdown like this. I'll see you in the next one.